The title of the experiment is Dielectric Constant. Aim to determine the dielectric constant of a material by charging and discharging of a capacitor. For this, we required some apparatus. Those are resistance, RC charging and discharging experimental setup. Consist of digital stop clock, 0.1 second resolution, digital DC voltmeter, set of a resistor and set of a capacitor of a known dimensions and power supply, which you can see here. This is a ready-made board where you will find a voltmeter, and here the timer, and this is you can reset the timer, and this is a knob, start and stop knob like this, and this knob for charging and discharging, and these sockets are the connecting the circuits. So this is a complete setup of the dielectric constant to conduct the experiment. After taking out a reading, we had here the formula to calculate the dielectric constant of a given capacitors. To do so, we have here a formula, that is dk equal to, that is dielectric constant of a material or a capacitor, you can say, k equal to d t half into 10 to the power of minus 6 and point upon 0.693 epsilon naught a and r. Here the d stands for the thickness of the dielectric material in the capacitor, that is in meter, and t half, that is half time taken for charging and discharging in second, and epsilon naught, that is a permittivity of a free space, that value is mentioned in the bracket. Capital A stands for area of a dielectric material in meter square, and R stands for load of the resistance in ohm. So here it is given already the capacitance 1, whose area is 235 into 10 to the power of minus 6 meter square, whereas the capacitor 2, whose area is 720 into 10 to the power of minus 6 meter square. This is a diagram of the experiment, circuit diagram. To carry out the experiment, we have to connect these circuits first. Here in this circuit, this is the voltmeter. Now this voltmeter of negative terminal goes to the display side of the voltmeter, and the positive end of this voltmeter goes to the positive end of the display unit. Now we have here the option, we can select capacitor 1, capacitor 2, capacitor 3. This means capacitor 1 has some dimension of area, and whereas a C2 it is a different dimension area, and C3 also a different dimension area. In this experiment, now I am going to select the two capacitor, that is C1 and C2. First I will take a reading of C1, then after finishing the C1, C2. Here for that, the C1, the positive terminal of the C1 capacitor, here at this side I am going to connect, and the another side is going to be connect at here. This capacitor we will consider it as an equivalent capacitor of C1. So after all this connecting, we have to start taking the reading. How? Just we have to look at a display unit of a timer and a voltmeter. Now the voltmeter is showing a perfectly 0, and the timer we have to be reset. By pressing this reset button, we can reset the timer. Now both the units, I mean timer and the voltmeter, they are showing the 0 to 0 display. So to carry out the experiment, we have a two-step. First, for C1 we are going to be charge first it for 100 seconds. Then after completion of 100 seconds, we have to note down the readings. Afterwards, we have to discharge the same capacitor by throwing this knob the discharge side. Here the charging, I am going to be charged now the C1, and I will be start this button. Now you may see, now it starts charging. See, after 5 seconds 4.5. Likewise, we have to be carry out this charging process for 100 seconds. For that, for every 5-second interval of time, we have to be note down the time. We have to note down the volt across this C1 capacitor. So in this tabular column, we have been noted down for C1 capacitor. This first column indicates a time, and this one is charging and discharging. Right now we are carrying out this column. At 0 second, the charging process will be the 0, and after the 10 second, means when we started charging, after 10 second we find that the voltage across the capacitor is 6.26, and after 20 second 8.49, and 30, 40, and consecutively after the 100 second we found that the capacitor get charged 9.52. After this, now I am going to be start a discharging process. Yeah, after the capacitor get charged, here you are going to find some value in a volt in a voltmeter display. We have to stop the things, then we have to be reset it the timer. Then again here in charging and discharging mode, we have to be throw discharging side, and again we have to be start the voltmeter. I mean the discharging process will start. Earlier it was charged, now it is at a discharging side. Likewise, here it has to be reach again the 100 seconds. Within 100 seconds, how much it is get discharged, that we have to be noted down for every again 10 seconds of intervals. Like this way, we have been noted down the discharge column. Here in this discharge column, we found that at 0 second it is almost 9.52, and after every 10 second of interval it is 2.8 and 0.99 and 0.55, so that it is continuously keep on discharging till 100 second it has to be reached. So this is for a capacitor 1. Similarly, for capacitor 2, we have been carried out the same experiment. After completing charging and discharging of a capacitor 1, the same procedure we have to be repeat for C2, that is capacitor number 2. How? Simply you have to be switch off, and these two leads of C1 we have to be connect the C2 and make it the circuit, you have to make it on. And now you are going to be see here the display. You have to be wait till the both the side the display has to be show a 0 0, and again same procedure you have to be repeat. For first you have to be charge the C2 capacitor and then discharge it. So after doing this procedure, we will be get a same almost repeating the same procedure, we will be get this corresponding reading with a timer at 0 second. This column, this two column for C2 capacitor reading at 0 timer, I mean 0 second, the charging is 0, and consecutively after 10 second, 20 second, 30 seconds. Likewise, after every 10 seconds of interval of time, we have to be note down the charging side, and after charging the same thing we have to be repeat for discharging side also. So every 10 seconds of interval we have to be note down these readings. After this, we will be get this kind of graph for C1 capacitor and for C2 capacitor. So this over a y-axis we have a voltmeter reading, over a x-axis we have a time, that is in second. So this curve indicates a discharging curve, whereas discharge one is a charging curve, where the charging and discharging points will interact. From there we have to be drop a line straight to the perpendicular to the x-axis, I mean a time, where we will be get a t half value for C1 and for C2. By knowing this t half value, we have to be substitute in this formula, and after calculation we will be get K1 dielectric constant for C1 capacitor, and similarly K2 for C2, that is second capacitor dielectric constant.